Welcome to part 2 of our TRuAlternitives launch webinar. We're just excited about what's going on here with our company. Again, this is part 2 of a two-part, overview of our company. And we did that to make sure that we're good about time and space and making sure that your attention, is there also. So the first part was a introduction of your host, so you have an idea of who I am and what my role is with the company. You also have a idea of kind of what drives me and what's going on, and then definitely some basics about what's going on with the company as far as TRuAlternitives. So if this is the first time that you are, joining us, that's fine. You can pick up on that after this call. But again, we're going to go through on this call solutions and benefits, what that means to you. We're also going to give you a call to action, and at the end of this video, you'll get an opportunity to have a free gift. Some important package that I put together over a 5-month period of time of research, and just excited about what that will do for you and your business or whatever your aspirations are. Excited about that. And this is actually a 3-part series. The first part was actually a webinar we did based on truth and how do you evaluate truth? What is truth and what does that mean for you? So just an incredible webinar. Just pray that blesses you. We'd love to hear some feedback about that. The second part was 5 principles that you can use that are very powerful that you put into your life. We're asking you to try those over a 21-day period and get back to us. Send us an email. Let us know exactly what benefit that's been bringing to you in your life. Or if it's nothing, that's fine. We want to make sure we get some feedback. That's something I've been living for some time and just love the benefits I've been getting out of that. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with our call. Again, I'm Corey Pritchard. You can feel free to reach out to me at any time on Facebook. See here, my name is Corey Pritchard. You can also get in contact with me on Twitter if you like to. You can get in contact with me there, or LinkedIn. So on Twitter, it is Corey at TRuAlternative. On LinkedIn, obviously, I'm Corey, and I work for TRuAlternitives, so you feel free to reach out to me there. You can also send me an email at info@TRuAlternitives.us. Again, it's TRuAlternitives with an S.us. And True, we spell it TRU, and then the word alternatives with an S.us. You can also contact me directly. Again, I just pray that you would, use that and be kind. And, I'm giving my cell phone number out directly because I want to make sure I can hear from serious people about solutions, benefits, or anything that's a benefit or is relevant that we can talk about. My direct line is 502-408-2276. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get right into our call today. Let's see here. We'll go back through here, and what we're able to do is I kind of explained that in the first part, and kind of got into that. But this is just a screen sharing opportunities and webinars that allows us to have sort of a more intimate, face-to-face type of atmosphere. You don't necessarily, of course, get to see me, but you can see everything that I see. You have an opportunity to go through that and stop, and pause and replay and rewind and do all those types of things. So again, here, this is my Facebook picture there if you want to see that. But we're going to go ahead and get right into the information. Where we left off from our last call was we ended here with our solution. So we're going to get started right there with the solutions and benefits, and what does that mean to you as one of our clients, one of our customers, the people that we strive to add benefit to. The main thing that our solutions and benefits that they offer to you, first of all, here is quality of life. I'm not sure exactly how important that is for you. In this day and age when people are living longer, then it's important to make sure that the quality of life is also extended. So it doesn't make sense to live longer if you feel worse. That's usually what happens. We know that your body has to break down and some things have to happen, but it doesn't mean you can't experience quality of life. Also, peace of mind, extremely important. So the solutions and benefits that we offer will also offer peace of mind. Reduced anxiety, stress, and tension, very important. Okay, and we'll get into some statistics and some studies, based on what's out there, kind of give us a litmus test of what's going on with Americans and how they're dealing with some of these things. So we'll go ahead and get right into our presentation today. First slide here just gives us an idea of what happens to us internally and what that means to you, okay? So stress is the body's reaction to change that requires a physical, mental, or emotional adjustment or response. And all that means is that if you have to make a decision at all, then that's something that could potentially cause stress, okay? And stress is not always a bad thing. The positive part of stress is that stress can keep us alert and ready to avoid danger, okay? So it can be a very good thing, okay, because the body is always set to make sure we have fail-safe mechanisms to make sure that we can survive, okay? So the thing that happens in our body causes us to make sure we can make sure that we can survive and put our best in the best ourselves in the best position to make sure that we continue to live. So here's some positive and negative things that can happen as far as stress goes. So positive, we know that, okay, is it keeps you alert. But here's some negative things. Here down at the bottom. Negative. A person faced with continuous challenges without relief or relaxation between challenges can experience distress, which is a negative reaction to stress. The body releases hormones from the adrenal glands, okay? So what happens is if you're in a constant state of stress on a continual basis, then your body's constantly going into this defense mode, always trying to survive. So you have this constant release of these chemicals that really are meant for it to happen at one time and then again have extended rest. But due to our work schedule and due to the way that our society, I guess, is made up in the way that we operate in life, and that we're often in a continuous stressful state of mind, and that causes distress, okay? And then what happens out of that as far as the negative effects, it also can produce anxiety. Now, here's the thing that's crazy about anxiety is about 90% of the things that we're concerned about and worry about is that they never really happen, okay? They never happen, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't consume our mental thought. So anxiety is an uncomfortable feeling that you get when you are worried about something that might not even happen. It may not even happen. And that could be the morning before you go to work. It could be a morning before a big meeting, morning before something major is supposed to happen. It could be right before you walk into that meeting. It could be facing a person like a supervisor or a boss, a bully, for children at school. And that's the reason why, the stress thing is so important and the way that we deal with that. Okay, we all deal with these things in different ways, okay? But here we're going to see some more studies about how some people are dealing with that. So here is a study that was done here. In 2011, the Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention reported that 11% of Americans take an antidepressant. That's over 1 out of 10 Americans. Just incredible, okay? And 23% of women ages 40 to 59 take antidepressants, more than any other age group or sex group, okay? This rate of antidepressant use in the United States increased nearly 400%. And I didn't misstate that. That's an actual number over the last 2 decades, according to the report released on October 19th of this past year. Actually, that was 2012. Okay? Now, this is not a scare tactic, so I'm not saying these things to scare you. This is an honest evaluation of where we are as far as Americans and how we are dealing with stress, okay? And a lot of people are turning to antidepressants. Not the best thing that you want to do. So what that lets us know is that there is a need for what we offer. There's definitely a need for what we offer as far as our services and benefits here at TRuAlternitives. And if you're on this call, again, the studies are showing that a very good percentage of the listeners that will be on this call today are currently taking antidepressants or possibly have been on antidepressants, and absolutely, family members and coworkers that are on antidepressants, okay? Let's move right along with our call today, okay? Now, our solutions, they help you stand out. Now, that's the main thing. Now, what drives people, there's 3 things that drive people. One is security, which we'll get into very briefly. The second thing is that we want to make sure that we have a quality of life, okay? That could be excitement, that could be joy, that could be anything that brings significant value to our lives. So we want to make sure we do that. And the third driving force is that we want to be accepted, okay? And that's the reason why rejection is so severe, and that's the reason why public speaking is always number one, number two on any list as far as fears that people have, okay? So the great thing about what our solutions do is they make sure that we help you become a better you and help you stand out and help you be, again, the best person that you can be. So we're just excited about what that means for you. Again, on that list, I told you that protection and security is one of the three, and that's the reason why most people will go into a 40-40 plan, which is working 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life and retiring on 40% of your income, okay? Going into that situation, 40 years, at the beginning of those 40 years, most people would say, no, that's not a very good deal. But we do that because the trade-off is that we get protection, we get security. We know when we're supposed to be at work and generally about when we would get off. We know exactly what to expect and what's expected of us, and most importantly, we know exactly what our paycheck will be, okay? And in most cases, it's probably not going to be enough, but we know exactly what to expect, okay? So that makes things very predictable. It offers security and protection, okay? So it's very, very important to people, so it's important to us. Now, the great thing about what we offer as far as protection and security is we offer true solutions and benefits, not something that's masquerading as a true, as a truthful protection and security, something that's going to, be pulled out from under your feet sometime down the road. So the great thing is we want to make sure that we protect you. We want to make sure that we keep you secure for your life, okay? And that's through your retirement until everything is gone. So everything that we offer, we can make sure that we can offer that from beginning to end of your life. So we're just excited about that. So we'll get into some of our solutions and why those things are important. This statistic here is more geared towards some of our aging adults, some folks that are nearing retirement, maybe already in retirement. So you may be aware of some of these things, but for some of the younger folks that are on this call, like myself, I'm 33 years old. This is something that I was not aware of, okay? So between 1991 and 2007, the number of Americans between the ages of 65 and 74 that filed for bankruptcy increased an astonishing 178%. Just mind-blowing. Again, at my age, I could not imagine filing bankruptcy, but it just blows my mind to think about a 65 or a 74-year-old person filing bankruptcy. Another statistic here, according to one recent survey, 74% of American workers expect to have to work even though they are retired. Just scary stuff. I don't think that anybody goes into a working situation believing that they will have to work for the rest of their lives. For most people, they're planning to retire, and the scary thing is that a lot of people are retiring just to go back to work again. According to a survey by Americans for Secure Retirement, 88% of all Americans are worried about maintaining a comfortable standard of living in retirement, okay? And that's up from 73%. So Americans are increasingly becoming more worried about what that's going to look like for them. In my profession, I come across adults all the time. One of the top things that's on their mind is outliving their money, okay? Not having enough money set up in a nest egg or whatever it is to make sure that they can be able to survive. Not just, have a comfortable living, but just to be able to survive, okay? So this is very big concern for a lot of people. So for you on this call, this may be something obviously that concerns you because, again, we're talking about a statistic that talks about between 73 and 88% of people that are concerned about that. So that's definitely you that's on this call, okay? Now, the last thing here that's probably most alarming to me is right now there are almost 40 million senior citizens in the U.S., and by 2050, that number will more than double to almost 90 million, and all of them will be taxing the systems, services, and resources that you use, and possibly more frightening, competing with you in the job market. So imagine retiring. Again, we talked about a statistic about people that did not realize that they were retired just to go back to work again, and that's exactly what we're talking about. So a person my age, 33 years old, competing with someone that's 65, 67 years old in the same workplace, okay? And we if you don't know this, I'm sorry if it's the first time that you're hearing it, but our Social Security system that we have in place, our Medicare system that we have in place, those things are failing, okay? So we're talking about senior adults, we're talking about aging adults, the baby boomer adults that are trying to figure out how to manage themselves. And along with that, we still have people that are working to supply for them, but the money that we have that we're working for that's going into our government, our systems, is not there to provide that same protection security for us. So it's failing them, and it has already failed us, okay? Or it has already failed them, and it will fail us, okay? So we want to make sure that we're clear about that. Again, this is not a scare tactics, but we want to make sure that we're clear about what that means about the future for you and your protection and security and your family, most importantly, okay? So let's go ahead and continue to move forward. These are some questions, okay? 4 questions I would like for you to consider as we're moving forward in this call. The first one is, what is your plan, is the question, okay? So if you decide not to take Corey Pritchard's advice, that's fine, okay? If you decide not to work with TRuAlternitives, that is absolutely incredible, okay? Because that means that you should have a plan in place. But the first question that I would ask you as a consultant is I would say, what is your plan, okay? If you decided not to take the plan of your company, of your financial advisor, then I ask, what is your plan? The second question that I would ask you is, will that plan survive another market crash? I met with a husband and wife, a couple that lost $75,000 in 2008, and we're not talking about a couple that is a high income couple. We're talking about a middle income, lower middle income couple that were saving, fighting hard, putting their money into a 401k, saving, and then again, because of the market crash, they lost $75,000 of their money in 1 year. Okay, so now that's delayed their retirement, and they don't know how long they're going to be able to retire. So again, that's my second question for you. Will that plan survive? That's the next question, okay? So the next question we're going to ask you is your retirement safe? Is it safe? Okay, so no matter what happens, if it's not a market crash, if it's something else, will your retirement be safe? Okay, so you're moving along, making plans, moving towards your retirement. When that date comes, okay, will whatever your plan is, will it be safe to make sure that you're going to be able to retire on time? That's the question, okay? Here's the last one for you. If you're working for or working with a financial advisor, okay, someone that's taking your hard-earned money, okay, and deciding where it should be invested in order to give you the most benefit, the question I'd like to ask is that person being paid if you lose money? The couple I spoke with, again, that lost that amount of money, and there were tons of people that lost, a lot more money than that. There were millions upon millions of dollars that were lost just in that year alone, okay, by hard-working people. But the stockbrokers, the people, whoever it was that put their money into the volatile places they put it in, okay, they didn't lose a dime unless they put their own money into those same places, okay? So all I'm saying to you is that you want to make sure that you ask yourself these questions. I'm not telling you not to work with a financial advisor. I'm not telling you not to put your money into the stock market. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying to you is, again, ask yourself these questions to make sure that you're going to be safe and secure, and that this plan is going to work for your family and your future, okay? So here are some other things, because this is the great benefit about what we offer here at TRuAlternative. Again, this is a company that you've never seen before. You won't see a scheme. You won't see a variety of products. You won't see a variety of unique services and benefits, anything like this. Again, everything that we do, again, is needs benefits. It's needs benefits analysis, sitting down with you, figuring out what your need is, what are your goals, okay, and making sure we map out a game plan for you that is a complete wellness program for you. So just excited about that. So here's some other things, okay? We help you create an estate within 72 hours. How long would it take you? I'm not sure where you are as far as income-wise, but if I'm talking to someone that's middle income, lower middle income, then how long would it take for you to save $50,000 for yourself and your family? How long would it take for you to save $150,000, $200,000, okay, for your your family. So what we like to do is make sure that we set up an estate right away. So if something happens to you, that money's going to pass to your family members tax-free, not through probate, okay, not getting caught up in any kind of court or anything like that, because we want to make sure that that's what's going on for you right away. Even if you could save $100,000 of your own money, okay, your family may have to wait 6 months to a year to get any of that money based on tax laws and everything that happens. So we want to make sure that we take care of that for you right away, okay? The next thing we make sure we do is that we can plan for your retirement without risk of loss, which is an exciting thing, okay? Because, again, we want to make sure that if you are investing your money, if you're planning, if you're working hard, you're doing what's right, is that we want to make sure when that date comes is that you're going to be okay and you'll be ready to make sure that you have your retirement in place. So that's the plan that we have. It doesn't sound like it's realistic to you because based on everything that you've been taught about the way that investments work for yourself, you believe there always has to be risk. You believe that if you want to play, then you pay. And that's not necessarily the case, okay? So we want to make sure that we show you how we can help you plan for your retirement without risk of loss, which is exciting, okay? Another benefit is you receive your retirement tax-free. And I said, yes, tax-free, okay? So we can show you exactly how that will work. The question that you have to ask yourself is, knowing that you're going to have to pay taxes no matter what, would you, if you had the choice, rather pay taxes on the seed or the harvest? What would be your choice? Would you rather pay taxes on the seed or the harvest, okay? And any sensible person would say that they would rather pay taxes on the lesser amount, which is the seed, okay? So what you're talking about right now is that you're planning. And right now, if you're working, I'm not sure if you're still working, but if you are, then you're more flexible, okay? So you don't want to take a higher increase in taxes when you're older. You don't want to take a higher increase in interest rate when you're older because you're less flexible when you're on a fixed income. So what we do is we set up a plan to make sure you can receive that income tax-free. You don't have to worry about it. One thing you can guarantee, and you can take it to the bank, is that we will have an increase in interest rate and we will have an increase in tax in our tax rate. It's got to happen just based on the amount of debt that we're in and the amount of money that we owe the country, based on, again, the way the Social Security system is, the Medicare system, and a lot of other government programs that are failing. Just based on those things, we don't have any choice but to make sure that we get money from somewhere. So where does it come from? It comes from you. It comes from me, the taxpayer, okay? So just make sure we keep those things in mind, but don't worry about it because we make sure we take care of that for you, okay? Just moving right along. So next thing we make sure that we do is, or another thing we can do is, we protect the equity in your home. Okay, my wife, the story with her is that her father died of cancer. He didn't have anything in place. Her mother could not stay in the home. So the home that they loved and cherished that they were in addition to the loss of her father, is that she had to be removed from that home. She couldn't stay there, and she actually started to live with my wife. Okay, so I'm extremely passionate about what I'm talking about here. So the question is if you, the breadwinner, whoever you are, it could be you or your wife or your husband or whoever the breadwinner is, if something happens to that person, how long could you afford to stay in your home, okay? What if you've been paying into your home for the last 5, 10 years of your life, maybe 15 years of your life? What happens to you if your family can't pay the mortgage payments for 6 months, okay? How does that make you feel? Does that allow you to have peace of mind knowing that your family may not be able to stay in your home, okay? It may not be a death. What if it's sickness or injury? What if you couldn't work for 6 months, 8 months, 9, 10, 12 months, okay? The question is, how long could your family afford to stay in your home? So if you lose your home, you absolutely lose the equity in your home. So again, we want to make sure that we offer you great solutions, great benefits, and make sure we offer you the protection and the security that everyone is looking for. So that's what we make sure that we do. And the last thing on this list here that you see, the most important thing for most people, okay, is peace of mind. The question is, where do you value peace of mind? What value do you put on peace of mind? And in my own opinion, I believe that the only way that you truly understand how valuable peace of mind is to you is if you lose it, okay? Once you lose it, then you realize how valuable peace of mind truly is in your life. So what we want to make sure we do ultimately with everything we do is that we want to make sure, again, that we offer peace of mind. Again, peace of mind, quality of life, and what that offers for you is offer peace of mind knowing that your home is secure. Just truly excited about what we got going on here. And as we're moving through here, just a few more solutions and benefits. Again, just this array of things that we can offer is incredible. One thing here as far as another solution is that we can help eliminate 50 to 95% of chemicals in your home. Just incredible. Why is that important to you? Is that you spend about 90% of your time indoors. That's just the way it is for most Americans, okay? There are chemicals, dust mites, dust, all kinds of indoor pollution that's there that cause all kind of respiratory problems and all kind of stuff, okay? And the chemicals add to that. So how wonderful would it be to clean your home naturally and still get all the same benefits, okay? Actually, in some of the cases, get more benefit than the chemicals that you're using, okay? Just moving right along. What about reducing your utility bill 20 to 50% this year? What would that mean as far as added savings to you, in addition to the reduced chemical costs that you have, okay? What about taking an extra trip this year? What about actually taking a trip this year on your vacation instead of staying home? What would that mean about for you as far as saving for your retirement, maybe saving for and planning for your children's education, maybe saving for a car, or paying off a car, your home, paying off or paying down your home? Just incredible opportunity, okay? Just making sure that we're being more resourceful with the money that you've been given, okay, and that you earn, and also being more resourceful with what we've been given as far as the trust that we've been given with our atmosphere and everything as far as here in our environment. What about improved air quality in your home and your automobile, also in your business? Again, we spend about 90% of our time indoors. I have a mother who has asthma, and she also, has some allergy problems, which triggers obviously her asthma. So quality of air is extremely important for individuals like her. So what would that mean for you if you deal with any kind of respiratory problems to have an increase in quality of air, okay? So we make sure that we adjust those things for you, make sure that we offer you the cleanest air that you've ever breathed, and it's just incredible thing that we can offer there. So we're excited about that. Last thing here is that we drastically lower your chance of developing cancer. I've had about 10 or more family members affected directly, either just being diagnosed or being, actually died from cancer. And I don't have the exact number, but I know that numbers, it easily exceeds 10 people. So I'm just sick and tired of cancer. So this is a way for me and what I do and to be able to fight back on cancer. So again, I can't make a promise that you won't be diagnosed with cancer, but I can make the promise that you drastically reduce the chances of you developing cancer by putting these solutions in place either all at once, which is, can be a shock, so we don't necessarily promote that. But over time, we can start putting these things in place to make sure that you, again, have a better quality of life. And so we're just truly excited about it, okay? So here are some potential fits. So if you're on this call, and you're saying, Corey, I don't know about some of this stuff. Some of the stuff that you're saying is kind of far out there. Or, I've heard about some of these things before, but I'm not really sure if that's a good fit for me or does it work for me, okay? So here's some people that again, potential fits for as far as where you are and where we are as far as our services, solutions. And here's what I would say, okay? If you're a coffee drinker or a tea drinker, I would say that we definitely need to make sure we have an immediate conversation. About 80% of Americans drink coffee. Coffee is very acidic and high acidity, along with some other things as far as our health. It actually breeds an environment for disease. So we got to make sure that we can give you a healthier alternative, not a taste alternative. I'm not saying that you don't give up taste, but we're going to make sure that we give you a healthier alternative to make sure that you can continue drinking coffee and tea, but it will be more beneficial to you, okay? If you're eco-friendly, we talked about being responsible stewards of this world that we've been given, okay? If there's something that's high on your priority list, then you won't find better solutions and benefits than you have here at TRuAlternitives. What about family history of cancer? Obviously, I have to raise my hand on that, okay? So if you have a family history of cancer, COPD, heart disease, diabetes, any of the long laundry list of diseases, okay, then we have some things that we make sure that we put in place to help sure that we protect you and your family from some of these things, okay? So we're just excited about it. And then retiring or retired, okay? So if you will be retiring soon, or if you're already retired, then you'll be excited about some of the things that we can put in place for you. I think this is a no-brainer here. Stressful work environment. I don't know many people that don't have a stressful work environment, and you have that combined with the stressful home environment for single mothers. So again, just want to make sure that we reach out and we make sure we're helping you out. We're just a support is all we are. And then the last thing here, if you love new gadgets like I do, then we want to make sure that we can offer those things to you, not just any kind of rinky-dink thing, okay? I don't like gadgets that don't work, okay? So I like things that actually work and offer solutions and benefits, and that's what we can offer to you. So if you have possibly fit in that category, or again, during the early parts of the call, you said, hey, man, I fit in that category. Hey, that's me, then I would say definitely we have an opportunity for a potential fit, okay? So we just want to make sure, again, we don't want to offer everything to everybody. Everybody doesn't want what we have, and honestly, we don't want everybody, okay? So if you happen to be a person that's been saying, man, you know, I'm really curious about this, I believe this is something that's going to help me, this may actually benefit my family. I'm thinking about a grandmother. I'm thinking about an aunt. I'm thinking about a sister, a coworker. I'm thinking about some of these people that I know they're stressed out. I know they're unraveling at the seams. Okay, I know all of these things. So the great thing is that what we do is that the first thing we do is we build our platform on faith. Okay, so we build that platform, and then we put other things on top of that again. And what you get out of that is great quality of life and peace of mind. So here's your call to action. This is the point, the place in the call where you actually are asked to do something, okay? So what we're asking you to do is go ahead and book an appointment today. Go ahead and give us a call here. Direct line, again, is my direct cell phone number. If I can't pick up, leave me a message. We'll go ahead and schedule something for you, either be face-to-face or be through a webinar, okay? Again, it's my direct number here, 502-408-2276. Again, here's my email address, or the company email address is info@TRuAlternitives.us. So just excited to hear from you and go ahead and start working out a plan for you. It doesn't cost you anything. This consultation's absolutely free. Just want to make sure that we can get in front of as many people as we possibly can, so we can start working out some game plans, so that we can start building some testimonials, and just excited about sharing those testimonials with you. Another great thing about what we offer is that we can offer these solutions across the world, okay? Right now, in about 30 countries, I know for a fact that we can offer some direct solutions and benefits right away, okay? And we're doing our best to move into some other countries as fast as possible. I actually had the opportunity to communicate with a gentleman from Australia, and the crazy thing about that is this gentleman was a day ahead. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever had a conversation with a person who was a full day ahead of you, but it was very interesting, okay? So if you're in that situation where, you know, we're in completely different time zones, that's fine. We'll work out something in communication. Just make sure that you reach out to us, okay? Here's the last thing. As far as our slide, and what we'll end with is that we're always looking for people that are energetic, excited, and very passionate about helping people. So if you love to help people, if you're looking for an opportunity to maybe pick up some extra income if you're retired, you know, if you're just looking just to get engaged, you have a passion maybe for finance, for wealth management, for, you know, like, again, eco-friendly type products or services, anything like that, okay? We want to hear from you. We can't guarantee, okay, that we're going to be a match for each other, but we won't know until we have a conversation with each other. So we're just excited about bringing on new people so that we can make sure, again, we're servicing more people. So that's exactly, you know, what we do here. And to end the call here, I promised that I would actually give you an opportunity to have a free gift, okay? So this is the way that we're going to end the call. Again, you should have already picked up your cell phone and start maybe making the phone call, or, you know, go ahead and pause the video, whatever you got to do. Go ahead and send us an email. You feel free to send me a text message, reach out to me on Facebook. Again, you can reach out to me there. But again, I wouldn't suggest that if you are a person that felt like you had some benefit or saw some benefit for yourself, that I would sit and do nothing, because it's less likely that you're going to do something if you wait, okay? The best way to make sure that you make change for yourself is to do something right away. So if you say you're going to lose weight, gentleman said the best way that you can guarantee that you're going to be able to do that is to take action right away. So if that means just dropping down on the floor and doing one push-up or one sit-up, then the gentleman said that you're more likely to actually carry out and do exactly what you said you're going to do. So what I suggest you do is stop right now, pause the video, and go ahead and make that call, send that email, okay? So here's the product that's actually available to you. About 2 years ago, I sat down and I really wanted to figure out exactly what can be offered to small business owners that maybe don't have a lot of capital, or they just don't want to spend a lot of capital in the early stages of their business. So I spent 3 months, actually 5 months of my time, sorry about that, spent 5 months of my time researching late at night, in the afternoons, the evenings, whenever I can squeeze in time. And this is actually what came out of that. So just excited about what this will do for you and what benefit it can add for you. Some of the things have changed a little bit, over time. Some of the services that were absolutely free, a lot of people kind of called onto that. So some of those services do cost a few dollars, but none of these services are expensive at all, and everything is either free or very inexpensive that will allow you to be able to run your business. Some of the services include you can actually have a business telephone line, a direct number that you can have where certain people hear a telephone number or a voice message for your business. Other people hear a personal message, which is incredible. You can set up a business website absolutely free. You can spend pennies on the dollar to get you a URL so you can have a website that you set up and make it exactly the way you want it to be and learn the odds and ends about that before you start paying somebody. You can do some screen sharing opportunities if you have clients across the country or maybe in another place in the world where you can sit down and have a conference over the phone. You can show them your screen. You have an opportunity to do that. I mean, there's just tons and tons of information. So just excited about what this will do for you. So if you're on this call, make sure you get in contact with me. I'll send you the link. I'll email it to you or whatever way you like to receive it. And just make sure that you can check that out. And just want to get your feedback about that. And again, if you haven't had the opportunity to listen in on the other 2 parts of this series, again, part 1 was how to evaluate truth. Part 2 was 5 life-changing principles. And this is the 3rd part, which is the overview of our company and what those products, solutions, and services that we offer to you. So I encourage you, if you have not listened or heard any of those parts, make sure that you chime in, send me an email, whatever way that you want to get in contact with me. Just want to make sure that you actually get that. And this is for anybody that's on this call that may be like hogwash. I didn't like anything you said from the beginning. I don't like anything you're saying, and you just want to make sure that you have a way to voice your opinion. I'm more than open to do that, okay? So if you want to do that, make sure you send me an email. We'll set up a time. We'll get on the phone, and I'll hear you out. But I just want to make sure, again, that I'm getting a gauge of exactly what this is doing for people and how this can benefit people. And our main goal is to serve people. Service to many leads to greatness, and there's no way that we can achieve greatness and what we're trying to do in the way that we're trying to do it if we don't serve the masses. So we're just excited about making sure we do that. And again, we realize that everyone within that mass or in the masses do not want our services and solutions. That's fine. We are not a person or a company that are sets a goal to make round pegs fit into square holes. That's not what we do, okay? We're looking for those intricate people that are raising their hands and just waiting to be, called on, who are looking for truth. People that have said, I'm sick and tired of my quality of life. I'm sick of my body falling apart. I'm sick of not having energy, okay? I'm sick of not having a plan for my retirement, okay? I'm sick of the plan that I have for retirement every day, not knowing what's going to happen with the stock market, okay? I'm watching it, not knowing if today is going to happen, going to be another 2008, I'm going to lose all my money. What do I do with it, okay? There's all kinds of wonderful things that we can offer for you, so we're just excited, again, about that. So feel free to reach out to us and make sure that we can go ahead and schedule something for you. So just excited about hearing from you. We're going to end the call just like that. I don't have anything to say. Listen to all the webinars. I'll make sure I get in contact with you, get in contact with me. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing every single one, each and every one of you who desires, again, to have quality of life, okay, protection and security.